So, Linda, why are you running for Congress?
Well, I care. I care about people, and this election is about putting people first. You know, I've been a mayor for 4 years and a city councilwoman for 8 years, and particularly in my mayor leadership, I understand the importance of creating jobs and growing our local economy, all at the same time while we're trying to rebuild a government and economy under crippling financial crisis. It is really about putting people first. And I want to go to Congress to put people first. I understand that women and children and veterans and the middle class are all real people, even small businessmen and women. And they need to have a voice, and I will be their voice when I go to Congress.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by putting people first?
Well, for instance, my opponent is for the super rich. His record speaks to making sure that he keeps their taxes lower while he taxes the middle class. And I believe a representative like myself will go to Congress and support the middle class. I am from the middle class. I support the middle class. I support all people. And I want to make sure I go to put the kind of policies in place that will grow our economy, create jobs, strengthen Medicare and Social Security and Medicaid. Those are all programs that people invest in. People put their tax money into those programs and they expect to be able to get a return on that investment. And I want to make sure that we don't go and privatize Social Security off to the wheelers and dealers on Wall Street, the very ones that put us into a financial quagmire in 2008. And my opponent supports privatizing Social Security. And I don't think that when people put their hard-earned dollars into Social Security and they expect their dollars to be there when they retire, as opposed to privatizing it and risking the same type of collapse we had in 2008. So I want to go and strengthen Social Security and protect it. I also want to make sure that we provide opportunities for people who are, underemployed and at this time unemployed. I want to make sure that we extend and reinstate unemployment. And my opponent voted against extending unemployment benefits, and veterans and disabled people are now homeless and without financial support because of his vote. I want to make sure that women get treated fairly and get equal pay for equal work. And my opponent has voted numerous times against the Fair Pay Act. That's just un-American.
So, I mean, if you were going to point to the core groups that you just named, I mean, it sounds like you're naming, can you kind of repeat those groups that you really see as the core people that you want to support?
Yeah, I mean, particularly for the 4th District, we have a lot of senior citizens who reside in the 4th District. And so I want to go to Congress and make sure we are going to protect Social Security and strengthen it and not privatize it to the big will and dealers on Wall Street. And that, as I said, that's the same group that put us in a financial quagmire in 2008. I also want to make sure that we are supporting small business and women. And as I said to you in the beginning, as a mayor, I understand the importance of job creation and growing the local economy and rebuilding government. And at the same time, making sure we are growing our tax base. And I did so at the time that we were rebuilding government as a result of a crippling financial crisis. And that's precisely what I need to do and will do when I go to Congress. I also want to make sure that we are supporting women. Women deserve to have equal pay for equal work. Currently, women are making 77 cents on every dollar that a man earns. And Latino women and African American are much less. Latino women make 54 cents. African American women make 64 cents. And that's just un-American. I mean, I want to make sure that women are treated equally and fairly for equal pay, for equal work. And that's because when women do well, America does well.
Okay. Why do you think you can beat Scott Perry?
Well, because as I said to you, my opponent is for the super rich. And I want to make sure that I get into Congress and vote for those policies that lift people from poverty and put them into the middle class and making the middle class more sustainable and stronger. And my opponent's record speaks to voting against the very groups that are in his constituent base. Let's talk about the federal workers. Out of all the pieces of legislation that were brought forth to protect and strengthen their benefits, my opponent voted against their wishes, 10 bills and he voted for one bill out of 9 bills that were there to strengthen and protect their annuities, their pensions, and also adjusting their pay according to inflation and fair market rates.
What bills are those?
Oh, they're too numerous to number, but I'll make sure you get the website. You can go on and see his voting record.